Superman the movie was a classic that really set itself in history. Superman 2 I thought was even better and still holds up. Superman 3 I can see why people hate it, but I still find enjoyment from it and I like the movie. But falling off of all of that, we then got Supergirl. Now rebooted as a TV series, which I've not seen, but my girlfriend tells me that it's really good, and she's never wrong.
Get that through your head.
Just a year removed from Superman 3, we got this feature film in 1984. This was actually all finished by the time the third Supes movie was released, but due to its negative feedback, the producers did not want to put it out. Eventually, however, they decided to cut the running time down and release it anyway, hoping to freshen up the saga. They wanted to do something different to liven it up again. And yeah, it was different.
I don't believe you. How?
The likes of Demi Moore and Brooke Shields auditioned for the lead, but it ended up going to Helen Slater instead. And my god, what a way to have your feature film debut. This was actually supposed to spin off into its own series, but it flopped at the box office, and for good reason, putting that dream to rest.
Whoa.
Dolly Parton was offered $7 million to play the villain, but she, along with Jane Fonda and Goldie Hawn, also turned it down. Dudley Moore was offered a slightly less $4 million to play Supergirl's mentor, but rejected it, as did John Travolta for the part of the love interest. And this made the least amount of money from any of the original 5 films, which includes Superman 4: The Quest for Peace. This film was a bigger disaster than Superman 4.
Oh my god.
It received 2 Golden Raspberry Award nominations for Peter O'Toole for Worst Actor and Faye Dunaway for Worst Actress, and a film so awful the likes of Quest for Peace didn't even acknowledge its existence, and it was never spoken of again. I would just like to apologise on behalf of my cousin making that shitty awful movie that made Superman 4 look like Citizen Kane. I'd just like to clarify that Krypton have now disowned her, and next time we have an explosion, we'll be pushing her face first into the abyss. So we open with... Okay, maybe I was wrong. These credits are actually awesome. Fun fact for you, these opening titles actually cost them $1 million to shoot alone. They really do get you pumped up and fired for the action, but that actually annoys me more considering the 2 hours of bullshit you have to sit through after this.
I have a surprise for you.
So we start off with some Kryptonian town called Argo City, which sounds like it came out of the Sims games. Now at first I thought, how could this be when Krypton went kablooey? And I'm not too familiar with the comic books myself, but apparently from what I can gather, this is a separate spectrum of Krypton and they survived.
Or something like that.
We quickly hear that one of the Kryptonians is a chick called Leia, which just reminds me of another franchise I'd seem to be watching right now.
Oh, it is beautiful. What's that gonna be, Zoltar?
I think a tree.
Get it?
Earth Culture, Section B.
Trees. By Joyce Kilmer of the planet Earth.
What?
You better get used to them sucking Superman's dick, because it never goes away.
That's never gonna work.
So we see Superman's cousin, Kara, played by Helen Slater, and immediately I just have to wonder, since this is all set in the exact same universe, where the hell was she in Superman 2? I mean, 3 of your own are terrorizing America and beating the ever-loving shit out of your hero. Maybe just jump in there, guys. Just give a little hand.
I'm saving it for bigger things.
Peter O'Toole plays Zoltar, who has some kind of power source that protects the city or something. I don't know, it's not really explained very well, nor do I care. And he also has this Crystal One thing, which looks like he won it at a cheap fun fair. Way to blow your entire budget on the opening titles. So Zoltar wants to follow in Superman's footsteps and leave Argo City, possibly considering going to Saturn or Venus. Why?
Are you asking me?
While talking to someone, he sneaks the power source to Kara for some reason, who then brings this butterfly thing to life for some reason, which then breaks out of the space station for some reason, sucking the power source out with it. For some reason. I really wish I knew what was going on. More that I cared. Also, this may be the funniest face to ever appear in a DC movie. Acting! Honestly, the acting is so bad. I mean, they've got the voices down, but their actual facial expressions themselves never change.
You took the Omega Hedron.
That's not correct. I lost the Omega Hedron.
Oh no, Father, I did. I was the
Shut
one.
No matter who. Without it, this city can't survive more than a few days.
Oh my god, you've doomed us all! You can tell by the shit terror on my face!
What is wrong with him?
During this chaos, Kara sneaks into that weird egg shell thing from the first Superman movie and escapes against everyone's wishes to chase the power source to save the planet. So, why is everyone against this? Damn you, Kara! We don't want you to save us!
I don't know. How do I know?
See, in Superman, he left because he had to. He didn't have a choice. Here, it's just like she's doing it as some kind of rebellious teenage act.
No one can leave Argo City, and you know it. This is our universe, and you...
Oh yeah? Well, I'll show you who's not allowed to stay out until 10. So Kara flies through the boat sequence from Willy Wonka before we cut to a woman called Selina. I wish. Played by Dunaway, and a side Dick Nigel played by Peter Cook. Look at them, they immediately just look like supervillains already. Anyway, the power source lands near them and their reaction is just absurd. Surely you'd be like, oh my god, what the hell is this? It came out of the sky, someone get away from me, what does it do? Help! But hers is...
Immortality be upon this one.
Okay.
What is it? What's going on? Hey, what's going on?
An emotion. Hey, give me an emotion. It's baffling. Her reaction is ridiculous and I can't get my mind around how stupid this is. Oh, and if you're expecting a cameo from Superman in this film, this should cover it.
And the President confirmed reports that Superman has indeed embarked on a special peace-seeking mission to a galaxy scientists estimate may be several hundred trillion light years from our own.
Did they just inspire the story for Superman 4?
Absolutely.
Yep. Christopher Reeve actually was supposed to appear in this, but right before shooting began, he backed out.
Whoops.
The thing is, without him, the film just seems kind of pointless. Kara visiting Earth to fight bad guys just seems underwhelming if she's not alongside her cousin. I understand that they'd want to focus on her own story arc instead of just leeching off of Superman's, but the problem is, they don't do that at all!
I know.
So I guess to save us some time, Kara lands in a lake and instantly flies back out already in a costume that she got from peacocks under the water or something, I don't know. And she begins to test out her new powers. Sniffing a flower lets you fly? I don't know.
I think so.
To its credit, this scene is actually quite nice. It's a magical and whimsical little sequence of her enjoying her powers, and it really is quite nice watching it happen. The weird thing is, sometimes she flies in front of god-awful green screens, and other times, they're actually quite good. And all because of them damn opening titles. She even flies over her cousin's worst nightmare, horses. Thank you.
You lunatic!
These shots are actually really nice. The film has that going for itself at least. So we cut to Selina's lair, which just so happens to be an abandoned amusement park. There's nothing amusing about this film. It turns out that she's a witch. So I guess that's why she wasn't too surprised by the appearance of the power source. Wait, no, you'd still have questions. No, not buying it.
Only use your imagination.
So after some more flying shots of the city, she comes across the dude from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids as he and his mate hit on her.
Oh, she works out, eh?
Why are you doing this?
Why are you acting this? Yeah, Helen, I'm sure she got better, but I'm sorry, I just have to slate her.
Come again?
And this is seriously the best she could do for revenge? She couldn't just punch them and send them flying into the truck behind them? Oh well, at least the dude got his wish and she blew him. The acting here is honestly some of the worst I've ever seen. And the effects! She totally wasn't on a harness just then.
You hate me, don't you?
So Selina starts testing out her newfound magic, but it's not really going down too well.
Stop it, Selina! That's not fair! Pick on me!
How was she nominated for a Razzie? She's the only good performance so far! Kara finds herself near some girls' school and changes clothes before walking in to enroll. But shouldn't you be out trying to find the power source to save your entire race? There's literally no reason for her to try to blend in. It's not even to hide her identity because later on she shows no attempts whatsoever at trying to blend in. This whole pretending to be human in this school thing, entirely pointless.
Can you get that through your thick skull and into your tiny brain, Bianca?
And furthermore, her secret identity? Yeah, she doesn't even follow Superman's stupid logic of at least wearing glasses. Nah, just dye your hair. Great disguise. At least gives Miley Cyrus something to rip off later.
The question remains, just who on earth are you?
Ah yes, I really hope you enjoy these really forced Earth puns, because there's a lot of them.
One way or another, we're all alone on this miserable little planet.
Where, might I ask?
Well, here, sir. On Earth, sir.
Mrs. Murphy's drunk as a skunk by now. Totally on another planet.
We're from different worlds.
You mean you know where...
Just give me a chance, Linda.
I mean, they work once or twice as normal figures of speech, but when they're overused to the point they're just annoying, stop. So once the principal leaves, she quickly types up a recommendation letter from Clark, which makes no sense considering, one, why would her cousin be able to write a recommendation letter? Wouldn't he be a bit biased? Two, how would she know what to write on a recommendation letter? 10 seconds ago, she didn't even know she needed a recommendation letter. Three, how does she know how to use a typewriter? She didn't even know what a tree was. And later on, she doesn't even know what a fucking bra is.
No! I'm supposed to have a single this term.
We don't always get what we want, Miss Lane. Disappointments thicken our skins.
Lane? No. This film's not possibly that lazy. See, this film may be bad, it may be really bad, but it's definitely not lazy enough to have Clark Kent's cousin just so happen to become roommates with Lois Lane's cousin.
Oh, of course, the Daily Planet, of course. Linda's cousin works there. And your sister, what's her name? The one that's always calling me and bothering me.
Lois.
Ah, yes, that's the one.
Sister? Sister? Are you fucking kidding? Okay, we'll just ignore the fact that 3 films in and Lois has never mentioned having a sister. You'd think that thing would kind of come up every now and then. No, never mentioned. But you're seriously saying Clark's fucking cousin just so happens to end up in the same room as Lois Lane's sister? What are the fucking chances of that ever happening? That's taking coincidences and stretching them as far as possible. That's ludicrous. That's bullshit. That's bullshit-acrous.
I think you're blowing this thing out of proportion, if you want my opinion.
To their credit, though, this was really funny.
I'm Linda Lee.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
I'm Lucy Lane.
Lucy Lee, this is Linda Lane.
No, it isn't.
What?
She's Linda Lee and I'm...
Lucy Lane.
You two know each other.
Oh, no, we just met.
When?
Just now. But we've known each other for years, haven't we, Linda?
I'll give you that one. Although the principal's a bit of a dick.
Oh, by the way, she's an orphan. But don't let her play on your sympathies.
Savage.
Exactly. That's my point.
Oh, and as if they've not tried to leech off of Superman enough, why not show his poster? Did they mention that she's Superman's cousin? Did they mention it? Did they mention that she's Clark's cousin as well? Just in case you forgot, they're going to leech it in. No bother giving her a character. She's just his cousin. Why not spend the first half an hour just ramming it in your head? By the way, FYI guys, Superman, cousin, her, Superman, cousin. Cousin. Right, and uncle had sex, cousin.
He's a real character.
Yeah, you should try writing one sometime. So she continues taking classes, again she should be out fucking saving the planet, or whatever, before she solves difficult math equations?
The answer, please. Pay attention, class. Miss Lee is about to enlighten us.
5,271,009,010.
I must have missed the scene where Superman learnt those powers.
Certainly not.
And during a game of hockey, whatever it is you Americans play, a ball is headed for a friend Lucy and Kara throws herself over her to stop it. It's a ball, it's not a bullet. Could have just swiped it away, didn't need to fucking lunge over it. Don't need to be so dramatic.
Haha, very clever.
So the weekend begins, Lucy heads home, Kara finally decides to start saving people because I guess that's kind of important now, while Selena starts mustering up her deadly plan.
He who drinks the water shall be in love with the first person he sees.
Yep. That's her motivation. She sees this hot guy called Ethan who's a spitting image of John LaJoie and she wants him to fall in love with her. For one day. I'm sure this isn't going to get cringy whatsoever as the film goes on.
No.
After he wakes up, we do get some dark as hell imagery as he wanders through this haunted house ride and escapes.
Bitch.
I love that delivery. It's like he's in a kid's film and he's not sure if he's allowed to say the word, so he's really reluctant.
Bitch.
Fuck.
Oh no, not now.
So Selena and her mate Bianca are watching Ethan and trying to get him back. This is literally 2 middle-aged women horny for cock. This is a superhero movie. This is a DC movie where the supervillains are middle-aged women trying to get laid. This is the best they could come up with?
Hey, Bianca, let's watch Coronation Street and then we can finger ourselves over Ethan.
It's growing. How could it be growing? It's made out of lead.
Oh, of course it is.
Oh, you see, I sort of have a problem seeing through lead.
What the fuck are the odds? So Ethan stumbles around town, clearly seeing loads of people, and yet he doesn't fall in love with them. I mean, sure, he has his eyes closed. For no reason, by the way. But he often opens them to ensure he doesn't get hit by a car. But even then, this just means his love for Kara, because we can already predict where this is going, won't be real. So are they seriously going to try to pass this off as a touching love story? We also see Mark McClure, the only actor they can afford, coming back as Jimmy Olsen, who's introduced to Kara.
Hey, Linda! Hi! Oh, hello!
That's Clark Kent's cousin?
Oh, is she? Well, they kept that quiet. They should have really mentioned that sooner. Selena uses her magic to even force this bulldozer crane thing to chase him, and his eyes are clearly fucking open and clearly looking at the motherfucking drivers! This movie couldn't even succeed in a simple technique of eyesight! Eventually, Kara decides to... Nobody saw that? Great identity hiding there, Kara. Fucking Sherlock. In fact, are you telling me that nobody's gonna question it when Superman and Clark Kent's cousins both show up in the town at the exact same fucking time?
A storm dragon?
What?
A storm dragon?
What the fuck were these writers on? So Kara flies in to save the day, stops the crane in clear view of everybody, flies Ethan away but abandons her friend, changes back into her normal clothes and suddenly has a touching moment with him.
Don't look at her.
He's already looked at everybody in the tri-state area, you horny old bitch!
I love you.
No! No! Now I can't get any dick. No, now my day is ruined.
Nigel must know her. She must be one of his students. He must have put her up to it.
No, I don't think that at all.
Oh, she just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, right? Materializing in a bulldozer, huh?
She's a wimpy little thing. I don't even know why you care what she does anyway.
But you saw her! You saw her stop a fucking crane! You saw her stop a crane! She did it in front of everybody! And then she dragged his ass along and then got You saw her get changed! What the fuck? You know her identity! And you can't tell me they only see Ethan's point of view because they saw Supergirl! They know it's her! I can't fathom this stupidity. And how does nobody else in the entire crowd, why is nobody shocked? Look, it's another superhero, old news. That's so 7 years ago, just another one of them. What the fuck is wrong with these people? And she looks exactly the same anyway, so how is nobody questioning this? And on top of the crowd, there's no news coverage about this. It's literally never mentioned for the rest of the film, this entire rescue.
Look at those clothes.
Well, I'll go change. I'm sorry.
And you'll put on your proper school uniform.
Thank you! At least somebody here has a brain and recognises her instantly. Sakara practices kissing in front of a mirror before Selena causes chaos and anarchy. However, Supergirl appears and they're not even surprised. Does nobody react to anything in this donkey ball licking shit fuck cunt sucking armpit molesting dog sniffing piece of fucking hay licking donkey toenail pig shitting fuck face of an existence of a fucking feature film?
You okay?
Sakara squares off against Epileptic Lightning Man. My god, look at those effects. How gloriously awful.
Every time! Every time!
Every time what? How many times has this happened to you?
All I'm saying is you can't go nuts over a landscape guy and a teenager in a blue suit.
She flies.
Yeah, but that's old news now. No one gives a shit.
Aha.
And great, right here she smells flowers and she doesn't fly. This movie can't even follow its own bullshit consistency. Sakara and Ethan begin a bond, but she's rather annoyed at his advances.
Say my name aloud but once, and I shall die the happy fool.
Look.
Okay, that was funny. Just because of how stupid it was. I'd just like to clarify, you're a middle-aged woman doing this for some cock. So Supergirl flies off without Ethan. You know, she likes abandoning people a lot, doesn't she? Before literally giving away a secret identity to them. I mean, they should already know considering they saw her change, but she doesn't know that. And Selina even teleports Ethan. So why didn't you do that earlier? Why waste our time with that bulldozer shit?
What's going on?
But then, to truly show her wrath... Oh, I've duplicated myself. Oh, look at my crappy effect. Whoa. Kara fires back while throwing spikes around her, despite the fact that Selina can move things with her mind, so... kind of pointless. But I guess it worked because she then flies off with Ethan.
Now I am really upset.
Oh no, just wait until she's mildly disgruntled.
What's going on? Whoa! Put me down!
Don't make me act. I'm warning you. This is my aggressive voice.
Where's my Linda?
Take it easy.
Yeah, he loves her, but he can't even recognize her. Brilliant.
Like Superman.
He's my cousin.
He is? Well, this is the first I've heard of it. So Selina tries to teleport Ethan again, but apparently they're too far away. So they do explain their own bullshit. I'll let it slide then. Meanwhile, she convinces Nigel to go and get him back, and her offer is...
What's in it for me?
Me.
She will fuck anything! The weird thing is, Nigel breaks the spell, and Ethan still loves her. And you might be thinking, oh no, this was supposed to show that true love overcomes everything, and it's nothing to do with magic. But that's bullshit because Ethan's under the spell for the rest of the fucking movie. It just makes no sense. It's like people wearing Crocs. It's like lesbians using dildos. It's like the ending of The Shining. It makes no sense. But then, she can teleport Ethan again. What the fuck? Did they combine their powers and just not tell us? What's going on? We come back to Lucy and Jimmy, who've still not reacted to Supergirl. She even flies over everybody and nobody notices. What are you people on to be that fucking blind?
You are absolutely right.
She shows up in this castle that she's created on top of a mountain because of course she has, and she even makes out with Ethan in front of her. This is your supervillain, folks. Oh, you like him, Jessica? Well, he's mine now. She then sends Kara away in the prison from the first two Superman films, sending her to the Phantom Zone, where this movie was created. She lands in some mud and is treated like this big dramatic moment. She even has a goddamn choir kick in. Just wait until it rains.
Oh, terrific.
Meanwhile, Selina has taken over the entire police force, there's picket signs, and nobody questions where the hell Supergirl is or who she even was to begin with.
The old dangling in a cage routine.
Way to point out your own cliches. In the Twilight Zone, Kara bumps into Zoltar again, who gives some boring exposition about being stuck there forever. I'm stuck here forever. Selina and her crew watch Kara and Zoltar struggle in the Phantom Zone, and I will admit, Ethan eating popcorn whilst doing so is fucking hilarious. So Zoltar ends up in danger, but the thing is, I don't care. Not only do we know nothing about the guy, but he also is the cause for this entire mess to begin with. He stole the power source, he gave it to Kara knowing she was irresponsible.
It's almost like all of this is entirely your goddamn fault!
And despite apparently having no powers here, Kara is somehow able to carry him on her back, but he still falls to his death in the worst green screen effect since Alien 3. It was also never properly explained why he was there or how he was there. But that green screen though.
Stop that.
So Supergirl shows up to make the save. You didn't even react the first time, and now it's like, oh look, the hero's back. What the fuck is wrong with you? But Selina's evil plan becomes much worse when the cages are lowered over hot bars that look like cheap plastic. Oh no, how are they gonna get out of this one?
I think I'll be going, if you'll excuse me.
Okay, I officially can't take any of this seriously anymore.
You have no friends, Selina.
Great! Our hero has now become a 12-year-old bully. So this huge beast that kind of looks like my ex-wife appears, and the thing is, when you do see it, it looks awful. And here, it's not even touching her, and it's CGI, so they had to have intentionally animated it that way. So she saves the day. Jimmy and Lucy promise to not tell anyone they saw her, despite the entire fucking town witnessing her stopping the crane. What's the defense here? It was in front of everybody. It's not like she has Wonder Woman's invisible ship. You stopped a crane in front of these people, in front of those people and those people, the entire town, those people, everyone fucking saw it. And now it's just like, we won't tell anyone. What is... Just end it. I'm done. I can't... Oh, fuck life. And maybe it's just me, but Kara and Lucy are in school and Jimmy and Ethan are working men and are clearly way older than them. This is straight up paedophilia. And what the fuck? When was Jimmy and Lucy even established as a love interest? This was never touched upon at all. Just because a sister friend-zoned you doesn't mean you get to pork a sibling.
Subtle.
Anyway, Kara returns the power source and... I guess, saves the planet. The only positivity it has is Faye Dunaway's performance. Her acting is great and she does come across as quite menacing. She deserved so much better. The story makes no sense, the effects are beyond terrible. They try to leech off of Superman's arc instead of focusing on their own. And then when they do attempt to go for their own, it's unfocused and just a sloppy mess. And you know what? Think about this for a second. Supergirl is actually a terrible hero. She comes to town dressed as Supergirl and tells people that she's Superman's cousin. She doesn't even hide that. Then as a human, she walks around and tells everybody that she's Clark Kent's cousin, and then she does absolutely nothing in her power whatsoever to hide her secret identity, so naturally people are going to put 2 and 2 together and they're going to find out Superman's identity. So thanks, great job, Kara. You've just endangered the entire world and fucked your cousin over big time, you selfish bitch. The message is a joke. The villain's motivations is the worst I've ever seen. This is a truly abysmal piece of cinema that I think DC would happily wipe their ass with and refuse to ever acknowledge again.
We won't.